Welcome back, my mystics. And every myth is a mirror of the soul. And in the story of Harry Potter, perhaps no soul captures the anatomy of the soul's descent and redemption more powerful than the Horcrux. Voldemort didn't just split his soul. He fragmented the energetic body, scattering pieces of consciousness through every level of being. And to understand this, we have to look deeper beyond the wand and the spells into the oldest map of human energy, the chakra system. In Eastern philosophy, the chakras are energy centers, gateways between material and spiritual realms. They form the ladder of consciousness, rising from the root of survival to the crown of enlightenment. When the soul is whole, energy flows freely, life feels aligned, our purpose is clear, and love is abundant. But when we split from our essence, whether it be through trauma, fear, or power, these centers become fractured. And Voldemort's Horcrux, they are the fractured made manifested. Each object he chose to represent represents a level of consciousness, from the primal root of fear to the divine crown of connection. And the path to defeating him mirrors the soul's return to wholeness. Think of it this way. Every Horcrux destroyed is a chakra restored. Every act of destruction is also an act of healing. And the order in which the Horcrux were destroyed was not random. It ascends the energetic ladder from root to crown. The diary, the ring, the locket, the cup, the diadem, Harry, and then the snake itself. Each falls in the exact sequence of the chakra system. It's as if the magic of Hogwarts itself is orchestrating a spiritual initiation, not just for Harry, but for humanity itself. Psychologically, Voldemort's fragmentation mirrors what Carl Jung calls the disintegration of the self, the separation of ego from soul. When we refuse to face our shadows, we exile part of our consciousness, burying them in symbols, whether it be objects, relationships, or even obsession. Voldemort made his Horcrux to achieve immortality, and in doing so, ironically, he made himself spiritually dead. Each Horcrux, like a blocked chakra, held energy trapped in distortion, pride, control, fear, greed, and desire. And so the journey to destroy them becomes a collective journey of the healing of the soul through courage, compassion, and sacrifice. And in alchemy, enlightenment is called the great work, the transformation of lead into gold, of base into divine. And the chakra system follows the same alchemical path. We rise from the earth of the root to the gold of the crown. The destruction of each Horcrux parallels the process. Through trial and sacrifice and love, the characters perform acts of inner transmutation, of transformation, turning darkness into wisdom, shadow into light. And Harry's final surrender, walking into death, is the completion of that work. The serpent energy rises, the soul returns home, and the Kundalini awakens. And then there's even a deeper secret hidden here, one that ties magic to mysticism and Hogwarts to the heavens. In the book of Revelations, it's written that 144,000 will stand with the Lamb of God upon Mount Zion, hurdling the new heaven and the new earth. But what if this was never about people or souls, but rather energy? Across the world, for thousands of years before the first wand was ever waved, temples were carved with sacred geometry of the chakra system. 7 energy centers represented as lotus flowers, spirals, and mandalas etched into stone. Now, with modern frequency and light technology, we can see that ancients somehow already knew that each chakra carried a distinct frequency, forming patterns identical to those ancient lotuses carved. The inner temple and the outer temple were always the same. They were always one. So when you count the petals or patterns of each chakra, the root is always 4, the sacral is 6, the solar plexus 10, the heart is 12, the throat is 16, the third eye is 96 broken into 2 larger petals, and then finally the crown is 1,000. And their sum together equal 144,000. That number is the vibration of full enlightenment. It's the ascended frequency of the human system when all chakras align. So when the last Horcrux falls and the serpent is slain, the symbolic 144,000, it's a frequency activated, a moment of universal awakening where fear gives way to divine consciousness. It's the same story told across every tradition. It's the fall and rise of light, the descent and resurrection of the soul. And in the sense, Harry Potter is not just modern myth, it's the retelling of the revelation itself. The beast and the serpent, the mark of the soul, the final battle between light and shadow. Each plays out not in the heavens, but maybe within the human psyche, within our hearts, within our soul. Because the Lamb of God, it's a symbol of purity and sacrifice. It is Christ consciousness awakened within the heart. And 144,000, that is the petals of energy opening within our body, the frequencies of love, truth, and divine unity. The destruction of the Horcrux, then, is not the story of evil's end, but the story of wholeness restored. When we view the Horcrux as the chakras, the story of Harry Potter becomes the story of all of us. Each of us has split off parts of our soul with moments of fear, shame, loss, or ambition. Pieces of energy frozen in time. And each of us in our own way must face and heal them. Through courage, forgiveness, and maybe even self-sacrifice, the energy rises. Through love, the serpent awakens as light. And then there's truth. That is the soul remembering it's been whole all along. It's almost as though as if J.K. Rowling left a map of energetic redemption hidden within the story of darkness. The Horcrux are not just dark magic. They are the mirror of the human condition. And then when the last fragment is healed, when every chakra awakens, that's when our prophecy is fulfilled. Our heavens meet earth, and the magic within us, it becomes divine. And so in the next several episodes, we're going to explore each Horcrux individually and their destroyers themselves, the energies, the archetypes, and the frequencies that broke each Horcrux. Because the soul doesn't heal through force. It heals through resonance and love. So if this journey spoke to your soul, hit like and subscribe for more mystic wisdom, spiritual symbolism, and the alchemy that's all about Harry Potter.